Hey, welcome to Board Game Today. I'm Brett. In my hands is the latest release from Unmatched. It's Houdini versus the Genie. Say that 5 times fast. Houdini, with the help of Bess, he'll set the stage. Then it's a bit of misdirection and some sleight of hand. When you think you have the advantage, you'll discover it's all part of the show. The Genie has been freed from the lamp and simmering with imprisoned wrath. There is no mere parlor trick. Be careful what you wish for, because in the end, he grants you only death. Now, Unmatched is a board game that features miniatures battling it out, and what's really cool is there's tons of sets with all sorts of different characters and themes that allow you to battle each other. So there's anything from Little Red Riding Hood to Bruce Lee to Jurassic Park to Marvel characters. It really is kind of all over the place, which is pretty cool. And we can see here we got Little Red Riding Hood and Beowulf, Robin Hood and Bigfoot. And then Volume 1 has King Arthur, Alice, Medusa, and Sinbad. Volume 2 has Sun Wukong, Yanenga, Bloody Mary, Achilles, and then we have The Cobble and Fog, which has Sherlock Holmes, Invisible Man, Dracula, Jekyll, and Hyde, which is all very cool. Everything brings its own unique. As you can imagine, players battling it out. Each character kind of like has their own attack and stuff like that. So let's open up. We're going to show this off and go from there. The game is generally for 2 players, ages 9 and up. The games take about 20 minutes. So we have the rule book, which is pretty simple. The rules aren't all that complicated. Nice, big, easy to read. This was a game that I went and picked up many, many years ago at Gen Con and learned how to play in a matter of minutes. It's not super complicated, which is cool. All right, we got some dials. We have Houdini's and the Genie, as well as Bess. I'm loving the Genie's dial. It's just such a cool look. Houdini's is kind of cool, but I'm really loving that the Genie. All right, let's see what else. Let's look at the board. What's nice is a lot of these feature double-sided boards. Not all of them do, but a lot of them do give you some bunch of options to play, which is really nice. All right, next up, the figures. We have Houdini in his, I don't know if I'll call it stereotypical, but what I would expect him to be dressed in. There's the somewhat striped pants that I think he's kind of known for. Let's see if we can get this to focus. There we go. As always, the figures are really nice. I think solid sculpts, and they do a nice wash on them, so it's not just simple gray plastic. The Houdini figure I think is pretty cool. There's a lot of detail. We get the chains coming off his wrist, which is impressive. And as I said, the stripes on the pants is really, really noticeable. I mean, very iconic and like something you would associate with the character or the person. The fact they're able to pull that off on a miniature is pretty impressive. The Genie is interesting. There's a lot of detail on it, some cool kind of waves. Overall, like, neat figure. Maybe not my favorite figure, but it's nice. Would not knock this at all. Just overall, very nice figure. Alright, we get the things to put together. Dials, and this is the best token. Alright, let's go and show off Houdini's card set. See how easy this is to open up. I always have trouble opening these up. Let's see if we can. All right, so Houdini, escape artist. When you take the maneuver action and boost, you may place Houdini in any space instead of moving. Well, that's pretty cool. Best moves as normal. We have the actions as well. So that's actually pretty, fits very, very well with Houdini. Let's see here. A magician never reveals his secrets. Draw 2 cards, gain 1 action. You may reveal this card and cancel that effect. Big reveal. Combat, you may boost this card twice. After combat, return 1 card you boosted to your hand. Best, set the stage, draw 3 cards, then put the card in the top of your hand. Look at your opponent's hand and choose a card for them to discard. A lot of card movement, it looks like. The result of opponent, draw a card. It's your turn, gain 1 action. So a lot of stuff with cards and drawing cards. Vanishing Act. After combat, choose one of the fighters in combat and move them up to 3 spaces. They move through they can move through their opponents. So a lot of movement as well. During combat, you can boost this. After combat, if you win the combat, place your fighter in any space. So again, moving around a lot. Illusion of my own design. We've got your opponent may boost their card. During combat, you may boost this card. Simple sleight of hand. Oh yeah, sleight of hand, there we go. Just draw 1 card, and then immediately you may turn this card to your hand and choose a different card to play. Resolve all effects on that card as normal. Alright, deal 2 damage to any fighter. Misdirection, immediately cancel all effects on your opponent's cards. Flourish, during combat you may boost this card, draw a card. There's 4 of those. Smoke and Mirrors. Houdini and Best may swap places, spaces. If you do, your other fighter is now in combat. Alright. A part of the show. This card effects cannot be canceled. If your fighter was defeated, set their health to 4 and place them in any space. For my next trick, after combat, you move one of your fighters up to 1 space, draw a card, gain action. Alright, so it's a lot of shuffling around cards, manipulating cards, and moving around the board, like blinking in and out. So, alright, I think this kind of fits Houdini quite well as far as a person. It does kind of match that theme of a magician, so cool with that. Now let's check out the Genie. The Genie should be interesting. I really have no idea what to expect with the Genie. The Genie is the one I've got no idea like where this character would even go, because there's so many different things you can go, so many different directions. I guess there's gonna be lots of stuff with like 3 wishes, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. Alright, Genie, infinite power. At the start of your turn, you may discard 1 card to gain 1 action. This is no parlor trick. During combat, the value of your opponent's card is equal to its boost value. Back in the lamp, immediately Genie recovers 4 health. Alright, this one kind of makes sense. Faint, immediately cancel all effects on your opponent's cards. There we go, 3 wishes. I said there was going to be something with 3 wishes. Gain 1 action, choose one of the effects. That's actually kind of cool. I am freed. After combat, place the Genie in an empty space and deal 1 damage to each adjacent fighter. That actually can be a really cool one. Oops. Imprisoned Wrath. After combat, you may discard 2 cards to deal 2 damage to an adjacent opposing fighter. If I made Sultans out of less. After combat, look at your opponent's hand and choose a card for them to discard. Your wish is my command. After your combat, if you won the combat, you may discard 2 cards to gain 1 action. I grant you death. After combat, you may deal 1 damage to any adjacent fighter. Pretty simple on that one. There's 3 of those. Prisoner's Torment. After combat, draw cards equal to the amount of combat damage you took. Careful what you wish for. After combat, you lost the combat. Deal 1 damage to adjacent opposing fighter. Not getting like a Genie theme off of this. Kind of cool deck, though. Wishing for more wishes. After combat, your opponent draws 1 card. Draw 3 cards. Alright. The art, I think the Genie one is awesome. Not quite sure I get necessarily like a Genie theme out of it. But there's some really cool ideas within. So, very props on that. Overall, I mean, as always, this is a really fun game. I love it myself. There's so much out there, so much different characters, and that opens up styles of play and like really allows you to do some crazy stuff, which is pretty cool. So I highly recommend it. I think it's a really, really fun game. You can check this out. As I said, available now. It is shipping. You can go get it. We'll have some links underneath this video where you can purchase yours. There'll be affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage by doing that. You'll support our site, so thank you. Just watch your video, support us, so thank you again for that. If you are into board games, tabletop games, whatever, check us out every single day at boardgametoday.com. We are also on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, and TikTok, all at Board Games Today, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep rolling that dice. Oh, I got a 6. Got a 6, woo! And get your game on. Hey, thanks for watching Board Game Today. We always appreciate your views and your support, but there are so many ways for you to support our site. Not only can you do it right here on video, but you can go and check us out at boardgametoday.com, where we have more news, reviews, interviews, everything you could ever want. But since you're here, if you could, you can always give us a like, subscribe, or share our videos or watch something else. Is always much appreciated, and get your game on.